Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
And nice to meet both of you.
Nice to meet you.
Good to go. All right, well, great. So your character, I hate to point you out right here in front of everyone else, but you became one of my favorite characters in this past season of Discovery. I think for the same reason that I really enjoyed Wesley Crusher when I was growing up. It was like wish fulfillment. Like, you know, I was like, I want to be on a starship. I want to be traveling around space and fixing things. That was what I wanted to do.
That's what you do. Yeah, that's what I do.
So Star Trek has been around for 55 years now, and it's like a staple of pop culture now. How do you feel now about being in that realm?
I kind of feel like, whoa.
What did you do?
I'm going to stop talking.
I thought you were supposed to fix things.
That you just shorted out everything.
I'm so sorry. No, I don't want to answer.
It's a Klingon. The Klingons turned off the lights.
Okay. I was going to say the same energy that you just gave off of like being really excited to be on a ship and fixing things in the middle of space. Kind of the same energy of like walking onto, because this wasn't just like walking onto any old set, it was fully walking onto the ship. Like the ship is real and it's there and everyone is real and aliens are walking around outside smoking cigarettes. It's the most bizarre thing that I've ever been a part of. So that's like the energy that I still get from it. It's just like crazy excitement, like childish excitement.
Yeah, right. Yeah, if COVID wasn't a thing, I'd be badgering everyone about getting a set walk on. Be like, I want to go.
I'd be selling them.
Yeah.
We'll talk after the show. I wanted to ask you really quick. Sorry. Yeah. I follow you on Twitter. I see you have a lot of opinions. I just wanted to ask you really quick, like how you feel about where Star Trek is now, because it is like it's always been about like being inclusive, but now it's like really brought in. There are a lot of people that don't necessarily like that.
Yeah. I'm not here for your comfort. I'm here to help you realize your potential as a species. That's what Star Trek does. We're here to remind you that the world is supposed to be a hopeful place, and that in order to make it that, we have to do the work. We're the people who make it hopeful. And at this moment in history, when there's so much division and so much obvious proof of climate change, and women aren't allowed to choose what to do with their own bodies, we need to be reminded of what we are potentially able to do as a species. And so Star Trek Discovery does that by showing you the world as it exists. You will see every various version of person and human. You have your non-binary person, you have a trans person, you have a gay man who's in a relationship with another, a white gay man. It's written by a bisexual woman. We have an African-American captain who's in love with an African-American man. This is the world we live in, and so why shouldn't Star Trek look like the world? So that's how I feel.
I completely agree. It's amazing, and I'm so happy that we're at this place that we are. And I have to ask you, Gray, your character is in like an interesting place now going into this next season. Well, even last season. So how do you get into that mindset that you need to be in for that character?
That is a really wonderful question. I think it's actually really kind of easy for me to get into this in-between space as Gray. There have been a lot of instances in my life where I felt kind of alienated, felt sort of isolated, so it's really easy to pull from those feelings. I think anyone who is trans can relate to that, of feeling sort of isolated from community, isolated from society. So when Gray is sort of in Adira's mind, the only one able to be seen, Adira's the only one that can see them. And I can relate to that. Sometimes it feels like there's only one person in the world that you can trust. But Gray's a wonderful character. I'm really, really excited for you to see the next season and see how he grows and blossoms into himself.
Thank you guys for your time. I am also super excited about this next season. I've been looking forward to it since I heard that you guys went to production.
Finished it. Yes. So you're going to get to see it.
That's amazing. And I'll be hitting you up on Twitter about those set visits. Yeah. Thank you for those insightful answers.